And that's the story of how I got raised by wolves. Oh, hi there. Welcome to the spoiler log tourney. We got a really hype matchup for you guys today. Qirn versus ChristosOwen. My name is Walter IV, and I'm joined with Tracy M. How are you doing?
Doing great. Looking forward to a great race today. So, Qirn versus Christos, two big names in the community, two very good players, so it should be a good one.
Yeah, this is gonna be a hype one for sure, and pretty high stakes one as well. Both are 2-1, so if you move over to 3-1 here, you're gonna be in a good position to try and put yourself in the best position possible to get into the brackets. See, both of them starting a sanctuary here. Qirn actually getting a kill here. Maybe he wants to set up the tree pool. The tree pools are in the spoiler.
Yeah, early on, you want to get some. There's a good chance you might want to find some bombs. There might be some stuff locked behind bombs. Normally in a non-spoiler race, you're hoping to get bombs because you don't know what you're getting. But not in this case. Although he didn't ever end up doing that tree pull. So let's see what he ends up picking out. Oh, Chris getting a 50-50 bomb under a rock there, which is nice because. Oh, here we go. Doing the tree pull on the Mario painting. You don't see that very often.
Yeah, that's some good thinking there.
Yeah, good knowledge there. A nice free heart container there in the well. And a mirror in the back. So there we go. Definitely need that.
Yep, makes sense why they wanted to have bombs, for sure.
Looks like Qirn wants whatever's in back of here already with the mitts. With that glove in Sanctuary. Let's see what's in the back here. Okay, just a piece of heart. A little surprised that he went after that. He may be planning on getting 4 pieces of heart, get that free refill at an opportune time.
Yeah, that's interesting. Because I figured it was going to be something good since Christos went down to buy bombs before heading into Blindside.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe Christos is just thinking about saving and quitting from Blindside instead.
Yeah, maybe.
You don't have to walk all the way back up.
Yeah, I thought maybe at least be like a heart container or a mail upgrade or something like that. Oh, and boots in the chicken hut. So definitely want those.
Yeah, those seems worthwhile for sure.
It doesn't even matter whether desert's boots locked or not. You want those if you can get them that easily.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, Christos is heading down. I don't know. I don't know that he'll pick up that piece of heart though. Oh, he's gonna pick it up. Okay.
Yeah, he'll get one more piece of heart in here as well. So yeah. Maybe they have a good planning for like getting a 4th piece of heart.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So it's kind of interesting here. We're seeing more of Kakariko than we usually do in these spoiler races. It's almost like they're full clearing like a normal seed. Don't see that very often in spoiler because usually there's like 1 or 2 things you want to get, and we've had seeds where there's nothing.
Ooh, hammer.
A hammer at Link's house. What is this?
Yeah, that's crazy. Glove in Sank and hammer at Link's house.
When does that happen?
So they're gonna have both hammer and mitts going into Dark World, which is that's really nice when you get that for free, especially in a spoiler seed, because in a normal seed maybe getting too much open at the same time would be a little bit awkward, but here, no problem. Ooh, a little bit of a vanilla sword from the uncle as well.
Yeah, important things.
Looks like Christos is heading out, so probably gonna head into the castle here as well.
Yeah. I looked at just a very little bit of the spoiler log, so I don't know where most of the things are. We'll look at it later. Our tracker, of course, did look at it, so that's why you see all the crystals and pendants already marked. The runners are never going to do map checks, so we have to look at it for that.
Well, and Qirn is setting up another triple here. Looks like he is setting up for the tier 2 triple.
Ooh.
Which is,
that's a nice one.
I think that was the tier 3 one even. Yeah, no, that was really nice. Getting some money. Do you know Pod is a pennant though? But they're still grabbing a bit of extra money here.
There's a lot of
Could be for a dig game.
yeah, dig game,
maybe?
chess game. Well, that one's pretty cheap. Smiths is really cheap.
Yeah.
Zora.
Yeah, for once
long
I've
way from Zora,
I actually haven't checked the spoiler log at all, so I'm gonna be just going in blind into this one. So see what's that's like.
More fun, and then at the end of the race, as we get into what I call it no mode, because the runners are in go mode from the beginning. Let's face it, they know where all the items are. They're just trying to route it as best they can. So once we get to that point, we can start looking for items that chat would like to know.
So this is very interesting. Qirn decided to mirror after that bombos, then heading into the dark sewers instead. So
yeah, it's especially because Christos went all the way down.
Yeah, it was
just
only
for 10 bombs. That seems really odd.
He might have misread something.
Yeah, that feels like a misread. Like, the 10 bombs is nice, but I mean, there are places to get bombs, so. Right now, the runners need a Moon Pearl, because they've got Darkhold Axes minus that. And Christos heading. Oh, a flute at Dark Cross. Yeah, that's needed. Christos might have a plan to get that later. Oh, there's our Moon Pearl.
There's the Moon Pearl. Super free Dark World access today.
Yeah, what would that, in a normal seed, that would be what? A 10-minute Dark World access?
Probably, yeah. It was a little bit awkward that none of them were able to get the flute before heading to Kakariko.
Yeah.
Qirn's just gonna run over there and activate it right now.
I mean, technically you could do it, but trying to do those dark rooms with nothing to see by, no sword, 3 hearts. I mean, there are runners that can and probably would do that, but that's a tough ask.
I mean, the sword was on the uncle, so...
That's true. Yeah, that's a good point. The sword would have been available. We see a bow and flippers in the mini mold arm cave. Looks like there's something in Ice Rod Cave, too.
Yeah, very heavy, dense progression here in the first couple of spheres here.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, Master Sword. Yep, we want that. That's it's an easy enough sword to get.
Well, Qirn only got one of the magics there from the uncle, so he cannot use the bombos in this room.
Okay, Christos heading to the back of Escape. Okay, he'll get his flute from the other direction, I think.
Yeah, and maybe there's something good in here in the back as well. Could pick that up at the same time. We'll need the key at the very least in order to get to the flute.
There's that key. A little extra money and a powder.
At the worst, it's really good safety.
Yeah, powder's my favorite safety. Let's face it, it's a really nice one. And if it's required, then you have it for that too.
Yeah, it's really strong. Especially, it can be really good in Ganon's Tower as well, because that's like a lot of execution rooms in a row, and you might be fairly low health, so just having a bit of a checkpoint on the way up can be nice.
Yeah, the 2 places I like to have that powder is in Ganon's Tower, right there at the top. In that, there's that fairy and the bunny beam right there, right before you face Moldorm 2, and then that room in Turtle Rock, right before the lava chest. Where you have the 4 anti-fairies, they're just coming right at you. And it's funny because not only are those really easy fairies to pick up, it avoids a lot of lag when you destroy them. So
yeah, for sure. So Qirn farming up, so he has over 110 rupees.
There's something in pod. Yeah, he's farming up specifically for pod.
Definitely looks like it. It's currently going to be first one into Dark World. We'll see if Christos decides to head to Pulse of Darkness as well as their first stop in the Dark World. Gonna go activate that flute first, at the very least.
All right, of course. Activate the flute, and then we'll see if he flutes away or if he goes into the Thieves Town area. Now Thieves Town is a crystal, so it's a pretty easy one to get early on.
Oh, nice. Rotting here, getting...
Yep, that ice rod's necessary. And a couple of nice extra safeties. This piece of heart, I think that gives him 3, so one more will give him a full heart container. And a bottle of red is a good extra safety for if anything goes wrong. I mean, remember, we're going to be... it's spoilers, so there's a lot of hearts and stuff that we're not getting. So having that bottle is really good. Okay, Christos also going to pod. I'm going straight to the Bowlock side. Okay, Christos gonna go ahead and get his goodies here. Get that ice rod. So to answer the question in chat, all the spoiler log seeds, they're all open 7/7 defeat Ganon. So they're basically the normal seeds that you're used to. Okay, and what do we got? We have a big key. Okay. Alright, gotta get enough small keys to get whatever it is Qirn needs here. It's always the tricky part of pod. Ah, there we go, a fire rod. Oh, but he's not done yet. He's getting something else. This could just be rupee pickups, but I think there's going to be something here. Okay, picked up an extra small key. That's interesting. Oh, it must be something in the big key chest, because you would need 2... Or not? Okay. Oh, maybe it is something on Helma. That looks like that. Sure does look like where Qirn's going. Okay, Christos just a little behind. Gonna go ahead get his fire rod. I should be really. What is gonna be on Helma here? Let's see. What do we need at this point? We need a hook shot. We need a cane. Yeah, it has to be one of those two, I suspect. It's not gonna be the lamp. Even if they chose to go out of their way for that, the lamp could not be on Helmasaur because of the dark rooms that we have to go through. Okay, Qirn trying to light these torches to make this turtle room a lot easier. Oh, gets almost, yeah, just barely gets it at the end there. Okay, Qirn's got to be a little bit careful. He's got two. Okay, he's going to use that potion. I think that's really smart here. The turtles are going to hit you. And even at this point, this is not a very safe fight with this item set. But very close to what you'd get in a vanilla run. In terms of it being master sword, a hammer, regular bow. It does switch to arrows. Oh, somewhere along the line he got... Looks like he got silver arrows somewhere along the line. Oh, maybe not. I thought I saw sparkles. Those are regular arrows, never mind. Must have been from the sword itself. Okay, Christos having a much better time getting that torch lit. And it's just a map there, so, That tells me that they're both gonna be beating this dungeon, and it's not even the green pendant. So, chat, what do you think's on Ped? It can't be the hookshot, because we gotta do Swamp Palace for Ped. So, I think that does leave the cane, or something leading to the cane. Or Ether, that's another one. It could be Ether. Qirn mirroring to do Eastern right after Pod, a very nice very nice to combine these two. See if he picks anything else up here. Just looks like he's just gonna go grab the big key at some point, and that'll be it. Christos not going to the bow on his Helma fight. Okay, finishes him off. He'll get his map. And of course, Big Key is in the vanilla location, and Qirn's gonna have to go get that. Christos not going to do Eastern right now. That's interesting. Not sure what else he could possibly want to do Eastern at this point. I mean, yeah, he could get a lamp, but with the fire rod, getting, the dark room that Qirn just went through is a pretty easy one. And the Igors are pretty easy to deal with a fire rod, so I'm a little surprised that he doesn't just go ahead and just do it. And there's that hookshot in Thieves Town. Essentially putting us in that theoretical, well, almost no mode. Like I said, we need a cane and we need ether, so one of those has to be on Ped. There's a nice tempered sword for Christos in Thieves Town. Okay, Qirn gonna set up for this quick kill here. Very nicely done. Gets a compass for his trouble. But gets the first crystal of the match at 1849. Okay, meanwhile, Christos making his way towards Thieves Town. I suspect that's where Qirn heads next. Get that hook shot. It sure does look like that's where he's going now. And so he'll get himself a hookshot and a tempered sword here. And an extra safety with that bottle of green. So now we've got a bottle of green and a bottle of red on Christos' side. Qirn used his red already, but he'll have 2 bottles as well if he picks that up. That bottle especially good if they don't end up ever picking up half magic. Christos going into the blind fight. Okay, oh, down to 1 heart, but still pulls it out. And gets another map. And let's see where he decides to go next. This could be the Skull Woods play. Yeah, looks like he's headed towards Skull Woods. Looks like he's gonna head straight for the back. Which tells me probably nothing else here. And definitely nice to have picked up that tempered sword before going into this moth fight. See those mummies very nicely. Let's see if Qirn picks up this extra bottle. Pretty free location. Yeah, he picks it up as well. As Christos dropping into his Mothula fight. Alright, just gets a piece of heart. Okay, Qirn now into his blind fight.
Yeah, doing a good job of the script so far.
See where Qirn, to see if Qirn goes to Skullwoods next. Christos looks like he's gonna go ahead for Swamp. Just wants to get that get ped all over with, get that last item. Whatever it is. Qirn mirroring out, he might choose to do Skullwoods after Swamp. That way he can go straight from the exit, straight from the Mothula fight into ped. Not sure which is faster, since, you know, Thieves Town then ends up being a little bit more out of the way. With that hookshot in Thieves Town, you have to do Thieves Town before you can do Swamp Palace, so.
Yeah, for sure.
It would have been nice if you could do, you know, Swamp Palace and then hit Thieves Town and Skullwoods as your last pendants. And it looks like something he wants in Hype Cave. So our runners can be pretty even. Qirn having already done Eastern Palace, Christos having already done Skullwoods.
Yeah, Qirn is. Oh, there's the cane. Okay, so I guess Ether has to be on Pistol then. Unless they really want like silver arrows or something.
Yeah. Yeah, a little surprised. Yeah, a little surprised Christos didn't go for that cane before going into Swamp Palace. He could use that for the diver down strat. Maybe Christos just wants to use either doesn't use diver down, or maybe he uses bomb strats.
Yeah, I know Qirn is a big fan of the bomb strats. One way or another, you need that cane at least. So
yep. So Christos will get it afterwards.
I don't think it matters too much if you pick it up before or after.
Yeah, just if Christos is gonna do bomb diver down, if he's good at that, then it's gonna be pretty much a wash.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like we're going straight to the back here too. But considering at this point the only thing we have left is that ether, I don't think we're going to see too many other. We're certainly not going to see anything out of the way. We might see some pickups that are, on path for like heart containers, mail upgrades, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that was a very solid bomb setup for.
Yeah, it was very quick. He didn't need the cane at all.
It will be interesting to see if there's anything on Sahashala, because I think that's like maybe the only reason why Christos would hold off with doing Sahashala or doing Eastern for a while. He could maybe route that in at the same time if it's like silvers or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go in for the zero cycle strat here. Ooh, did take a hit there. Not quite gonna get it, unfortunately.
Still gonna be a fairly quick kill.
Mm-hmm. See if Qirn goes for that as well. I know he was practicing it a bit before the race started. Looks like Qirn is going for the bomb setup as well here.
Yep, very nice. Okay, Christos no doubt gonna go pick up his cane over at the at Hype Cave. I was picking up stray 20 rupees here and there, so I don't wonder if there's anything else. I can't think of anything else they're gonna want money for other than maybe a potion. So interesting that we're seeing that a little bit.
Ooh,
Qirn down to 1 heart.
Really low here, yeah. It's gonna have to play it carefully now.
Yeah, Swamp Palace is an interesting place. It's usually not particularly dangerous, but the dungeon has a tendency to kind of nickel and dime your energy. So you do have to be a little bit cognizant of that when you're in a spoiler race where you're going to be a lot lower health than you're used to.
Yeah, for sure. And yeah, Argus is one of those boss fights that on paper doesn't look very scary, but does deal 2 hearts of damage when you're in green mail. So
okay, Christos going to go ahead and pull that ped, and we assume it's going to be ether.
Yeah, anything else would be quite surprising at this point, I think.
There it is.
Yeah, so the seed would be a little bit rude if it wasn't a spoiler seed.
Oh, for sure. Okay, Christos going to go ahead and do Eastern now, so we're going to get an idea of where the runners are, because Qirn looks like he's going to go ahead and do Skullwood. So once they're both finished with these respective dungeons, we'll have a pretty good idea of who's in the lead.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Qirn is going to be able to just mirror after Mofila, go pull ped, which is going to be pretty nice.
And with what's left, we see they'll have to do Ice Palace. They'll double up Misery Mire and Desert, and probably do Turtle Rock, and then finish up with Hera, which is always nice. Something you can do a lot of times on these Sporo Log seeds, but very rarely comes up in a regular seed. Being able to go ahead and do Hera last, and then mirror straight, or go back into your mirror portal, back into Ganon's Tower.
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. This is one of those seeds where, except for the dungeons up on Death Mountain, we didn't really need to do anything up there.
Oh, that's interesting. Qirn picking up some blue mail in the middle section of Skullwoods. Christos decided he didn't need that. It's a nice safety.
Yeah, probably one of the best safeties you can get in a seed like this, because Qirn's heart pretty much doubled at this point.
Yep.
I know Qirn likes to call the mail upgrades the S tier of the safeties in spoiler seeds.
Yeah, it's actually an interesting contrast, because we see that Christos went out of his way to get that powder a little bit as his safety, and Qirn going out of his way to get the blue mail as a safety. So it's an interesting contrast in what they chose to get. Oh, nice magic drop for Qirn there.
Yeah, the powder definitely becomes a lot more powerful the more hearts you have.
Yeah.
Because if you're only at like 5 hearts, then the powder is not going to give you a lot of health back. But at this point, it's pretty much like a fairy gives them full value.
Yep.
If they're on low health. The sword beams are was a little bit annoying there for Qirn, but nice finish there with that fire round. Yeah,
the sword beam, Moth and Blind, the only Dark World bosses that actually take damage to sword beams in the Moth fight. Yeah, if he gets hit by the sword beam before the sword, it's the lesser of the hits, so it can be kind of annoying that way. Okay, Qirn about to get his ether. Alright, let's see where he heads next. At this point, the only thing I would say for sure is they're going to do Turtle Rock to Tower Hera last. Whether they do Desert and Mire next, or whether they do Ice Palace next, not a big difference. Looks like Qirn's heading over to Ice Palace.
Yeah, so it looks like Qirn is like one crystal animation ahead of Christos at the moment. Yeah, Christos is skipping Sahashala, so maybe just forgot to do Eastern first time around there.
Both runners choosing to do Ice Palace right now. With the new Icebreaker strat, much faster done. Well, much faster than it used to be for not go mode. Of course, in this case, we're not checking anything else. It's actually only saves a little bit of time in this scenario. But if there's something useful on the way, you might pick it up in this scenario, whereas you would never have picked it up. Like if there's something in the big key chest, you might pick it up here, where you never would have picked it up in the old bomb with the old bomb jump strats.
Yeah, for sure. Both of our runners remembering that we still need to hit that switch if we're go moding this, because we're not gonna get that big key.
Yeah, if you're gonna go mode this dungeon, you want to hit that switch. If you're not go moding it, then which way is better? It depends on the key lane. You can't know ahead of time.
So Qirn had a little bit of issues at the beginning there on the Icebreaker, but it looks like actually Christos is having some issues too. So that would have otherwise been a very nice opportunity for Christos to catch up a little bit there.
There he gets it.
Oh, nice small key there.
I know. I think that was muscle memory. I can't think of any other. Like, you don't need any small keys I know that's never mind. You do need the one small key. This is the
yeah.
This is the perfect small key to pick up. Usually, in a situation, if you're go moding this in a non-spoiler situation, you pick up the one under the block. But that's a much more convenient place to pick up the key. So you do need that one small key.
Yeah. But it is a fair point. A lot of people do end up getting a map or compass in that chest in the spoiler mode, just because of the muscle memory.
Yeah, it absolutely is a real thing. But that's not what happened here. Okay, looks like they're going to be into this cold stare fight at about the same time. See if Qirn can get a nice quick kill here. Let's Puffs get away from him a little bit, but did a pretty good job of keeping him in the corner for long enough.
Yeah, a little bit awkward when that happens, but ooh, nice.
Oh, there's a nice, half magic. Nice free half magic.
So Qirn picked up the crystal at 35-33, and Chris is getting a really nice quick kill there.
Yeah, that was very nice.
Picking up the crystal at 49, so we're only a couple of seconds apart from each other at this point.
Yeah, very, very close race. That really was a nice quick kill. Christos doing a very nice job of keeping those cold stare Puffs in that corner and finishing them off before they get away.
Yeah, Christos lost a little bit of time during the icebreaker, but definitely gained it back during the boss fight.
Yep. Okay, now we're going to do Mire and Desert. Let's see which one they choose to do first. The Qirn's going to do Mire first.
At this point, I would not be surprised if our lamp is on Death Mountain. There's got to be something up there, right?
Yeah. Well, I don't think we're going to see a lamp unless it's on path.
Yeah, for sure. They're pretty healthy in terms of doing this in the dark, which is nice because can be a little bit hard to get through the dark rooms in Mire without taking any damage at all, just because of like the spike and all that.
Yep. It is one of the more difficult dark rooms to do, and you don't have the opportunity using there's no torches to light up to make it any easier.
Yeah, this is actually one of the dungeons where Potter could actually be a big deal for Christos, because you could just Potter up right before the boss fight to be able to do a little bit more of a damage boost strat on Vitreous.
Because unless silvers are on the way somewhere in here, we're not getting them for this fight. So we're going to see some good old-fashioned NMG strats, most likely, from both runners.
Oh, nice. Christos frame ruled that the fire snake, not taking any damage from it.
There's the big key. And Qirn gonna head straight to the back now.
Yeah, this is looking to be a really close game for the rest of this scene. Any mistakes being made from both our runners here is going to be very, very punishing from this point forward.
I don't think that quite landed.
Yeah, Qirn taking a little bit of damage here as well. Gets it there. It did pick up another red potion. So
yeah,
does
he
have
did.
that as a safety.
Yeah, this is not exactly ideal for the NMG strat. You're not going to be able to damage boost. Oh, he's down to 1 heart, Qirn.
Yeah, it's going to have to be really careful here. The use popping that potion makes a lot of sense here. Oh, he didn't get past the spike either. He's past it now, at least. And I think...
Did he?
Yeah, I was about to say it. Don't think he... Yeah. Hit the switch
that's what I thought. Usually it's the other way. You forget that when you have like the Godmire, you forget that you don't have to hit the switch.
Yeah, so that actually puts Christos in the lead now.
It does.
It just goes to show how like just any tiny mistake can be so punishing in this game mode.
And definitely a nice advantage for Qirn here. Sorry, for Christos here, because he's going to be able to powder this anti-fairy on his way and get his health back. And Qirn not going to be able to do that. He does have that blue mail, so at least he's got that.
Yeah, Qirn is going to have to play this really carefully.
So, and it's,
nice,
I mean,
hard pickup at least.
And it's not even just a matter of having to be careful about not dying. It's just going to slow him down. It's going to make it a much slower fight.
Ooh, Chris is running out of arrows for the big guys. So he's going to have to do this with a sword, unfortunately.
That's going to even things out a little bit, but I still think it's going to be a much faster fight for Christos at this point.
Yeah.
Qirn having a full 30 arrows, so he shouldn't have to worry about that part.
The good thing about Qirn's blue mail here is that he can tank one hit at least. So he's not quite in one hit KO mode. And
oh, there's that hit.
Yep. Never mind. Definitely one hit KO mode now.
Okay, he looks like he should be fine now. And now we'll head over to Desert.
Yeah, so it looks like Christos gained like almost 30 seconds on Qirn from Ice Palace into after Meyer, just because of some of those unfortunate events happening.
Okay, Christos grabbing the big key. Not mirroring out right away, so there might be something he wants here. Maybe some silver arrows?
I think he's actually, yeah,
just
out for the normal arrows.
Yeah, that's really smart. Knowing where it's really big if you know where those pots are. I often talk about how if you're an NMG runner, you're going to know where a lot of those, what a lot of items are under those pots. And it's really useful because we're not picking up all those chests where there could be an arrow, bombs or whatever.
Yeah, because even if we don't need to go to ice armors, we're still gonna need at least 8 arrows for the mimics without silver arrows. So.
I mean, Mimics 2 does have another arrow pot, but you don't want to have to rely on that.
Yeah, for sure. Especially not since it can actually despawn as well. Qirn not having to pick up those arrows got some seconds back, but he's still gonna need a bit more in order to make this even again.
Very nice. Okay, didn't quite get the one cycle, but cleans it up very quickly on Christos' side.
It was a good opportunity for Qirn to just get a little bit of more time back. All these little things are definitely gonna end up mattering in the end here. Ooh, just barely missing the one cycle for Qirn as well here.
Oh, almost the same fight.
Yeah, actually.
Okay, now off to Turtle Rock. See if they pick up anything in Turtle Rock other than keys.
Yeah, I imagine we had to beat 3 dungeons just in order to open this dungeon here.
Yeah. That's right. Thank you, Ped.
But the good news is that the rest of the items were so accessible that even though ends up being a pet seed, it's still looking to be quite a fast seed.
Oh yeah, and those pendant dungeons they had to do aren't the worst pendant dungeons. I mean, Pod has stuff anyway, and Thieves Town's a pretty quick dungeon, and Skullwoods, especially you don't actually have to do anything but Mothville, it's very quick. Oop. Okay. Don't think Christos went down on purpose there.
Yeah, that's a little bit unfortunate.
Yeah.
Especially since once you start going down, there's like no turning back.
Yep.
So you're just gonna have to wait there and accept the time loss. Which is, I mean, that's actually really good news for Qirn, because now all of a sudden they're in the same room. Gonna be high-fiving on the way out here. Oh, unless you mirror.
Not quite. Chris avoiding the high five with the mirror.
Yeah.
I want none of that, he says.
Yeah, he has green mail, so probably don't want to damage boost on the way out. So
yeah, I mean, it's not a huge time difference whether you mirror out or whether you run out, and without a cane without blue cane or a cape to make it safer, it makes sense to just mirror.
Ooh, those I don't even know what those surprise enemies in the ground is called, but kind of poked him there and broke his spin.
Okay, and of course the chain chomp's always a dangerous room.
Yeah, chain chomps have might actually be the room responsible for most deaths in the spoiler log tourney so far, I think. So with that big key in the front part, you can just skip getting the vanilla big key chest, which is always nice.
And you can see those anti-fairies get in the way of Qirn. That room is just annoying when you can't powder them.
Yeah, for sure. Both of them seem to be heading to the big chest, which makes sense why they didn't hit that switch on the way back from grabbing that small key. Qirn is gonna have to be a little bit careful here.
Oh, silver arrows. Okay, yeah, that's worth
nice.
it. That's not far. That's enough on the way that it makes a lot of sense to pick those up.
Yeah, I think so for sure. Yeah, I think silver saves about a minute on Ganon. Definitely takes less than a minute to pick these up.
Yep, absolutely. And now we get to navigate the rails without the lamp. Which, if you've done it before, it's one of those rooms that, once you've done it, once you know the inputs, you can just hold those inputs. Not too bad.
Yeah, it feels impossible to do if you haven't done it before. But then all of a sudden, it's just holding down a bit and then holding left a bit almost.
Yep. Being
able to skip laser bridge is always nice.
Oh, absolutely.
Qirn is using the hookshot here, grabbing the oh. Okay, yeah, that was the pawn. I wonder if he's gonna grab the safety hearts here as well. Looks like he is gonna skip that. Just making sure he doesn't take any damage from the 5 bars.
Yeah, that's a harder thing to do without a lamp. to time it so you get to that safety rail or safety area.
Nice backdoor strats with the tempered here for Christos. As Qirn is heading into Trinix as well. I'm gonna be on 3 hearts. I think that's enough to save him from taking 1 hit. Or actually might be just about enough to kill him. Not sure.
Nice gold sword.
Wow, so sword on the balls, half magic on the balls, silver's on the way.
Yeah, most of our bosses just drop maps, compasses, and keys, but the ones that did drop something good, we got half magic and a gold sword, so not too bad. Okay, Qirn does a nice job not taking any hits, and he will finish up his Trinix fight. We still have one more piece of business here.
Yes, we do need that last crystal in Hera before we can go into Ganon's Tower. Now, we don't have a normal big key guessing game here because, well, our runners are not gonna check every chest in Ganon's Tower. But if you guys wanna like guess the exact location big key is gonna be in, feel free to do so. Just type the name out.
Very nice Hera pot on Christos' side.
Yeah, very fast there.
And this is where it really pays off to know how to do that. A lot of times in a regular rando, it doesn't pay off because you might be leaving something behind. Now, in this case, absolutely, you just do it.
With that butter sword, you don't even need to do a spin here. Use 2 slashes is enough. Qirn is gonna do the bomb setup, so this is already gonna be a bit slower than the setup that Christos did. That was a cool setup, though. I don't think I've seen that one before.
There are a ton of setups for that trick.
Alright, let's see the time for Christos entering Ganon's Tower compared to Qirn. So Christos going in at 52:32.
Yep. And going straight to the left side. See if he grabs this blue mail.
Oh, that's a nice safety.
That's a nice safety.
Oh, accidental.
Yeah, looks like he fat fingered the map button.
Yeah, that's
never
unfortunate.
fun. $53.16.
Yeah, it's about like a 45 or 44 seconds difference going in here.
Qirn also going to pick up that mail. For him, it'll be red mail.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
a pretty
nice.
free location.
There's some enemies upstairs that it's definitely worth having against. However, there is a fair amount of enemies that still will deal 1 hard no matter what, like the Beamos and the spikes.
Alright, Christos making his way towards the mimics.
Yep, very nice when he has silver arrows. And Christos does have that powder in case something goes wrong on the way up Ganon's Tower, while Qirn only has a green bottle, so that's about it for safeties for Qirn.
Right, because Qirn he bought the red one, but he had to use it in Mire. I don't think Christos has used a bottle yet, so he's got those as well in his back pocket. And if anybody was curious, since we're not going to get it at this point, the lamp was in Super Bunny Cave. So they could have easily picked that up on the way to Turtle Rock. But with this loadout, not really necessary at that point.
Yeah, by that point, it's not really worth it.
If they didn't have the silver arrows, I could see going and picking that up just to make it easier to get torch glitch and that sort of thing. But they knew they were getting those silvers, so torch glitch, not really a big issue. But yeah, here we go. Qirn on 2.5 hearts. Maybe he might pick up the fairies here. Nope, gonna go up with 2.5. Okay. Okay, Christos only getting 2 of the landmos on the first cycle, but does clean it up very nicely. About going through the coolest rooms of this part of the game, the wizard rooms. Oh, but he misses the, doesn't quite get the block in the right spot for that. Qirn also gained 2 out of 3 of the landmos on the first cycle. Has to clean it up, but does. Christos gonna have to grab that mini Helma key.
Yep, Qirn is gonna have to do that as well. And Christos almost at the top now. There's not a lot of places left at this point where you can save time anymore. I got 2. It's like one of the big ones. Obviously, a full-haired Moldorm can make all the difference.
And Christos about to enter that Agatu fight.
Yeah, it's interesting. Because they will have like the same RNG, right? So you could like potentially be able to know like what RNG you're gonna have in advance here. Oh, that's a very rude blue ball there. And another one.
Alright. Agatu down for Christos. And he'll head off to Ganon. At this point, it's going to take a huge mistake on Christos' side to not win this.
Yeah, with the blue mail as well, it's going to be a bit safer from the damage of Ganon here as well. Ooh, and Qirn not getting any hits in there on the first cycle of the Aga fight. Oh, that last hit just barely missed because of the teleport. And with the gold sword, the one-on-one cycle on Ganon, that's a lot more free than when you have the tempered sword.
Yep, absolutely. And Qirn having not quite as clean an Agatu fight. Meanwhile, Christos into phase 3 of Ganon.
It's a lot of teleports here.
Yeah. So he's going to get that free shot. Doesn't get the torch glitch, but in this situation, that doesn't matter.
Yep, Justin needs to make sure not to fall off here. Gets the double there to end it. Fires his last arrow just cause, why not?
Very nice fight. Yeah, he was very low on arrow. In fact, Qirn only has 6 arrows, so.
Get your GGs in for ChristosOwen taking the win here. Getting a sub 1 hour time on a pet seed, it's kind of.
Yeah, official time was 1:14:56, but take out that 15 minutes, that's a 59:56. Very nicely done.
Yeah, Qirn is not going to be very far behind here. Into the last phase on Ganon as well. Ooh, barely missed a slash there. Gonna have to light the torches one last time here. And that should do it. So get your GGs in for Qirn as well. Finishing up second here with about 1 minute behind.
Yeah, 1:16:02, which is a 1:01:02 when you take out the 15-minute study time. Very good race. Didn't expect anything less from these two runners. You know, to basically 1 hour a ped seed, even in a spoiler situation, is really good.
Yeah, for sure.
And joining us is Qirn. GG's, Qirn.
Oh, thanks.
So yeah, really close one. Pretty similar routing. The biggest difference is, and also welcoming ChristosOwen. GG's and congratulations on your win.
Yeah,
hey, yeah, thank you very much. I was really worried for almost all of that.
Well, it was close, so you were probably right to be worried, but you pulled it out in the end.
Yeah.
I made a fatal error really early, and I was like, oh no, and then I got flustered and made another mistake because I wasn't concentrating on what I was doing.
So yeah. Yeah, so my first question, the Eastern. Did you intend to do Eastern right after pod and forget, or was that planned?
No, it wasn't planned. Like my notes said pod Eastern, and my mind just forgot Eastern existed. Which keys I needed from Thieves, like which chests I needed from Thieves, and then I was like, oh no, can't come to Eastern. Why did I do that?
Oh my god, when you were in Hyrule Castle going to Zelda's cell, I was like, oh crap, what did I miss? And I waited to like go back for like 10 seconds because I was like, maybe I should just wait to see what he pulls up. No, I'm just gonna trust my notes.
Right, I forgot about that one. That's the 10 bombs.
Yeah, that was a big waste of time. I just misread where the Fire Rod was. Was it Fire Rod that was in Sewers? Dark Cross?
The flute one.
The flute, that's right. I just straight up misread that as Zelda's cell for some reason.
Yeah, we figured one of you were going to be a bit unhappy when we saw one mirror out and one continuing to sell the chest.
Yep.
Yeah, pulling that 10 bombs was a surprise to me. That's 3 out of 4 seeds, which have been pet seeds for me so far in this tournament.
Nice. I mean, I guess better if it's a spoiler seed so you can plan for it, but
yeah, I mean, you're also 3-1, so maybe you should keep hoping to get these pet seeds.
That's true, actually. This one, I don't know what you thought, Can, but it was like it wasn't too difficult to route. I didn't think. I found myself with a spare near the end. It was pretty generous with where I put everything, except for Ether.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, even the Ether thing, it didn't make it hard to figure out how to route it. It was just like, oh, okay, well, we're going to do all dungeons now.
Yeah, the thing I found a little bit rude was that you had to get the hook shot out at Thieves Town before going to Swamp. So it meant either you had to do Thieves Town and Skullwoods separately, or you couldn't do the Skullwoods into Ped. And each one of you did a different one. So, Christos, you did Skullwoods and then Swamp, whereas Qirn left Skullwoods for right before pulling Ped. So I don't know which is faster. It's probably pretty even.
Yeah, I was in two minds about it, and I think what Qirn did was faster. I think that has to be faster. But I was just in the neighborhood, and I was like, I'm just going to beat it now.
Mm-hmm.
But I think his route was better.
Well, actually, I shouldn't take any of the credit for it, because my original route was exactly the same as yours, Chris. But then I was like, wait a minute, I'm going to get the armor. That's going to be faster to do and easier if I have the cane. Why didn't I route the cane in first? Oh, wait a minute. If I do Swamp, then the pedestal. And so it was like a last minute detour, like 20 seconds before I mirrored out at Thieves Town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
But then, yeah, thinking about it retroactively, I'm like, oh yeah, I think maybe I do save like a tiny bit of time by doing it. But yeah, I feel like the early game route, I felt like, I had gained more time there, but I knew I couldn't sleep on it. But I felt like, I know that I'm not as good at execution at Christos, but I felt like with the amount of time I gamed early game that I might be able to beat it. But then I just proceeded to execute like absolute trash. Like it all went downhill in the Dark Turtle Room, which I don't know if you saw that, by the way, but I actually was lined up on the torch for 3 of those fire rod shots, but they were intercepted by turtles. So
Is that, I think you got it on your last shot. That was
it was terrible. So I
fun.
spent too much time in that room, and then I had to use my potion, and then that meant I had a very slow Helma fight, and so I went and refilled my potion, and I don't know, and I felt like that after that point I was so like shaken by that stupid Dark Turtle Room that like I screwed up the Dark Room in Mire. I forgot that I had to flip the switch in the first room. I don't know, it just like everything started to go downhill from there. It was pretty bad.
Sorry that the execution went like that. I know exactly how you feel. It's not a nice feeling. Obviously, I had no idea what happened. Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, I was going to say, one advantage that you had, Christos, is you picked up that powder. So that helped you out. You were able to, your Mire made that a little bit easier because you were able to refill and had to do a little bit more damage boosting in the NMG strats there. Qirn, you had to be a little more careful in your Vidi fight. So
yeah.
The funny thing is I wasn't planning on getting powder at all. It was only because I messed up the start and got the 10 bombs from Zelda cell that I had to go back into escape. And then I was like, where's the key? Oh, it's in sewers. Oh, wow, powder's here. I was like, I'll just grab that while I'm here. And that actually really helped for a lot of the seed, especially in Maya, because I was on 1 heart going into Vidi otherwise. And I'd already used my red potion. Where did you get your other red potion, Qirn? Or did you go to the potion shop?
I went to the potion shop. Did I go there twice? Or no, I think I just went there once.
Just once.
I went there once, yeah. I meant to have the potion for like the deboost Vidi fight, but I ended up using it in the turtle room. So yeah, I went to the potion shop another time, and then I ended up using it again. I can't even remember where.
It was in the dark rooms in Mire, I think.
Oh, okay, that's why. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's right. I had to use it in Mire because I was down to 1 heart. Like I did the double spike deboost thing, but I was hesitating for some reason, and so it put me down the wrong lane. Anyway, it was terrible. It was terrible.
All right. Well, I still say, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say that I like that we both did like pod first, mirroring to get stuff from Sasha's hut. I was like, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, our route was like pretty in sync. Like, and the big strokes were pretty in sync. Like much more so than I think is usual.
Although I have to commend you for the Mario painting CAC bomb pool. That was genius, dude. When I saw you do that, I was like, oh man, I have just been outplayed within the first 60 seconds.
When I saw you go back for the bomb rock too, I thought the same thing. I'm like, oh shit, that would have been faster. But you have to get the first 50 for it to be faster. Yeah, that was pretty Galaxy Brain, because my original route was, because of the bombs, I was going to go to Hyrule Castle first and then just die in the map room to do a death warp back. But then I was like, oh yeah, the painting.
Definitely stealing that for future rounds. Thank you.
All right. Anything else you guys want to add before we close this out?
Just GG's. It's bittersweet playing a friend, but
it's kind of like
That's
go ahead,
I get to
sorry.
face you again later in the tournament for a rematch.
It is a little insane that I don't think we've ever been up against each other in a tournament match before. But yeah, that would be great if we have some bracket rematchness. I don't know if I can even make it that far, but we'll see. But yeah, well played, Christos. It was a lot of fun.
Thank you, you too. And thank you guys for comment. SpeedGaming, etc. Everybody, thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks a lot, guys. But yeah, that's going to do it. And I'm not seeing anything else being restreamed on the schedule. It looks like Gentleman versus Superman Taylor is going on right now, but that does not look like it got a restream. I don't see anything else listed. So yeah, I mean, we're getting to the end of the week, so not a whole lot left of what are we, week 4? So
yeah. Last matches are being played today, so we will have the new pairings up as soon as that is over.
I am going to take this time to shout out that we do have a somewhat Link to the Past related, the Super Metroid Link to the Past Randomizer combo Game 3 finals, Azure versus Solsky. That is coming up at 6:10, so definitely you all want to tune in for that. That'll be a really good one. We have had a couple of really good races, games 1 and 2, and definitely don't want to miss that. But yeah, you have to look at the schedule, see what's coming up for week 5. Should be some really good ones as we get closer and closer to the end. Get the 4-0 matches and the 3-1 matches and whittle it down to an 8-person bracket. It's going to be really fun, I think.
Yeah, I feel like we've gone so far into the Swiss rounds that going into week 5, pretty much every match is going to be really close.
Yep, and that's what Swiss does. It really does get it to the point where it really is designed to, later on in the tournament, you're going to get really close matches, and that's Swiss is not everything is great about Swiss, but that is the beauty of Swiss is when you get to those late matches, you get some really good matchups. But yeah, I'd like to thank Walter for having me as his co-commentator. Always a pleasure. And Dark Diplomat, I haven't gotten a chance to mention him doing the tracking, hitting those buttons behind the scenes, doing the hard work. Definitely thank you to them, to Mind Me also for setting us up, and to Speed Gaming in general. And Walter, I'll let you close us out.
Yeah, thank you, Tracy M, as well. Make sure you guys check out the schedule. Week 5 pairings will be up a little bit later today, and yeah, good luck in the future for everyone who's participating in this tournament. It's been a blast so far, so let's continue.